Hello Superset Maniacs and welcome back to my channel. Nick Walker did it again, guys. He proved the haters wrong. He proved his fans and his fans boys right again, and the truth is that hate him or love him, you can't deny him anymore. He's for sure one of the top guys in the IFBB today. In this video, we're going to compare his two incredible versions from 2021 so far, his New York Pro and his recent Arnold Classic version, and see which one was better. Most people already consider his Arnold version to be superior, and this is probably true. However, opinions may change when seeing these two versions side by side. We are going to have a side-by-side video footage comparison between these two versions. Don't forget to like this video if you appreciate these video comparisons. They are not easy to edit. Subscribe to the channel too, and without further ado, let's get to the poses. And we begin with the front double biceps pose. Just like Mark's Max Muscle mentioned in his video, it really looks like Nick has fixed his quad imbalance. At the New York Pro, his right quad was significantly smaller than his left one, and indeed, it looks like he has fixed his issue now. However, I believe his midsection has gotten wider now. It doesn't look bad, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely something Nick should be careful about on the long run. Other than this, his guns look more dominant at the Arnold, he looks more massive overall, and he also seems to have replicated his incredible conditioning from the New York Pro. Moving on to the front lat spread pose, it should be mentioned that camera angles are different, obviously the lighting and tanning are different, so take everything with a grain of salt. Back to the poses, his midsection definitely looks worse at the Arnold. It's more obvious in this pose, but I repeat, I'm not saying the midsection was an issue at the Arnold, I only believe it looked better in New York. Due to lighting, probably his lats are not quite visible at the Arnold, so overall, upper body he looks better at the New York Pro. But he definitely compensates downstairs, he really looks like he has stepped up his quads. Side chest, and you know I've criticized his chest in the past, or rather I stated he needs to improve this aspect, and by the looks of it, it looks like he improved on this aspect as well. He improved his delts as well, and his side leg looks more dominant now. Nick Walker has definitely done what he had to do since the New York Pro. Let's see if he has improved on his back as well. His back looked nuts in some of his recent Instagram posts, and yes, I believe he improved here as well. His back looks thicker and more detailed at the Arnold, so yes, Nick Walker looks bigger overall without giving away from the conditioning side. His bicep peaks from the back are definitely some of the most impressive of all time, at least in my opinion. Moving on to the rear lat spread, he's showcasing a pretty decent Christmas tree as well. He looks pretty similar in this shot, he kinda looks thicker at the Arnold, but the lightings are very different, so we cannot know anything for sure. But the truth is that Nick Walker looks at least as good as he looked at the New York Pro from the back as well. Side triceps, and he looks better at the Arnold. He improved on his chest, his midsection looks more defined, his side leg is significantly improved, so yes, he looks improved in the side triceps pose overall. His triceps are world class, so he's got all the tools necessary to be a powerhouse in this pose as well. Now, let's check out the abs and thighs, as the midsection seems to be the only thing he probably got a little bit worse at since the New York Pro, and yes, I was right. His midsection doesn't look as flat nor as ripped as in New York. He improved on his lats, he improved on his thighs, but he looked better in New York in my opinion. What do you guys think? Most muscular, and he looks more muscular indeed at the Arnold. He is bigger, his delts are quite improved, his chest looks better now, but the big difference is made downstairs again. However, once again, his midsection looks worse at the Arnold. Not a problem for the moment, but definitely something he shouldn't ignore. And by the way, his crab most muscular looks insane. He should definitely continue using this variation. In conclusion, Nick Walker did improve since the New York Pro. He has done it again. He's definitely the hottest player in the industry right now. And I can't wait to see him next to Ramy, Brandon and Hadi at the Olympia. I really believe he can do some damage there as well. But after his showing at the Arnold this weekend, this won't be a surprise to anyone anymore. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Comment below what other Nick Walker at the Arnold Classic comparisons you wanna see next. Subscribe to the channel and as always, thank you guys and see you next time.